Hey guys, this is All Streamed Out back with another episode of MLB The Show 19 Road to the Show with our second baseman. And today we have 8 games over 3 series. And those 3 series, we're going to have 3 games against the Minnesota Twins at Minnesota. We're going to have 2 games at home against the Houston Astros. And we're going to finish out the episode with 3 games at home against the Oakland Athletics. So let's go ahead and get into today's games. And here we are in the first game against the Minnesota Twins. And we are up by 1 in the top of inning number 1 with a runner on second and 1 out. And there we go. We advanced the runner to third, but we are out on a little chopper to first. And here's our second attempt at the plate. We are tied at 1. Top of inning number 3 with 1 out and a runner on first. And this should be a guaranteed strike up and in. And that is going to be a home run. And that is our 23rd on the year. 389 feet. 103.1 miles per hour on exit. We are up by 2. Not too bad. And here's our next attempt at the plate. We are now up by 3, leading off inning number 5. And that is strike 1, a swing and a miss on what probably would have been called a strike anyway. And we swing and miss a fastball up high. That's a slider down low that we foul off. Still 0-2. And a fastball up high gets us swinging for a strikeout. And here's Teddy Hogue. There's 2 outs, runners on first and second, bottom of the 5th. We are up by 2. And that should be out number 3. And it is. And we are still up by 1. Top of inning number 7 with nobody out and a runner on first. And we should probably not have swung at that. Count is 0-1. Oh and 2 as we swing and miss on a fastball outside. And here's the 0-2 pitch. And that's a fastball up high. Count is 1-2. He's thrown nothing but fastballs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And that would have been strike 3 had we not swung. Instead we foul it off. And it's still been nothing but fastballs. And he threw 5 straight fastballs, and we are out. And here is Wilmer Difo. We're up by 2, bottom of inning number 7 with 1 out and nobody on. Easy grounder, and that is out number 2. And here is Brad Miller.
Leading off for the Twins, the second baseman, Brad Miller.
And there we go. This should be the first out in the bottom of inning number 8, and it is. And we're still up by 2. And it's the top of the 9th. We are up by 3. We're just going to let him pitch. There's ball 1. That was a two-seam down low. And there's a slider that barely sneaks underneath the strike zone. The count is 2-0. And there's a two-seam that hits the bottom of the zone. The count is now 2-1. And that is going to be a fly ball out to left field for out number 1. And here's Lloyd Anders. 1 out, bottom of the 9th, the runner on first. And we are up by 3. And we tag out and throw out for the final 2 outs of the game, and we win. And here's our second game against the Minnesota Twins. Runner on first, 2 outs, tied at 0 in the bottom of, or in the top of the first. Should be a strike up and in. And that is gone. We are up by 2. And that is our 24th of the year. 395 feet. 108.6 miles per hour. And that gets us that 2-run lead. And here is Carlos Correa. 2 outs and a runner on second in the bottom of the second. We are now down by 3. And there is out number 3. And top of inning number 4 with 1 out, nobody on, and we are still down by 3. Should be another strike up and in. And that was a slider, and we were a little bit early. Here's the 0-1. And we are safe. And that is a base hit. So he stopped it. He just couldn't come up with it.
The first baseman, number 33, Greg Bird.
There's an 0-1 count to Bird. And that is a fly out to left field. We will make it back to first safely. Here is Russell Wells.
The right fielder, number
There's 2 outs. We're going to run on contact. Count is 1-1. So they tried to go for a pickoff. Okay, count is 2-1. They don't trust me not to run. And there's a failed pickoff attempt. They don't realize that I am not moving until the ball is hit. And there is out number 3. And here is Lloyd Anders, bottom of inning number 4. They have a 4-run lead, nobody on, and 2 outs.
Anders.
And that will end the inning. And here's Tommy Pham.
Now batting, center fielder.
Runner on first with 1 out in the bottom of inning number 5, and they still have a 4-run lead. And we turn a double play. And we have runners on first and second with a 4-run deficit in the top of inning number 6 and 1 out. We swing and miss at a splitter. Apparently that was a little late. And the count is now 1-1 after that fastball outside.
Hey, your pitch, drive it deep, huh? Here you go.
And we swing and miss at a slider right down the middle. And the count is 2-2. We foul off a fastball. That is the 5th pitch. We foul off a splitter. That is pitch number 6. This one should be pretty much right down the middle. We have that lucky 7s perk. It's 2-2 as we foul that one off. Here's the 2-2. That is ball 3. The count is full. This will be a 10-pitch at bat, at least. And that's a double play. And here's Will Harris. Runner on first with 1 out. Bottom of inning number 6. And that's a double play to end the 6th. And we are back up. We're down by 6 now. Top of inning number 9. We're leading off. And that is going to be a foul with home run distance. For strike 1. Strike 2 as we miss a changeup. Swung a little too early. And that is going to be a single. And here's Greg Bird. The count is 0-2.
Greg Bird.
And we're going to come all the way around from first. And we end up losing. And here's our third and final game against the Minnesota Twins. Let's drive in a run. Still 0-0. There's a runner on second with 2 outs in the top of inning number 1. Should be a strike up and in. And we miss it. Too late. And here's the 0-1. And we drove in a run. And here is Greg Bird.
The first baseman, number 33.
We are going to run here, I think.
Hey, be patient. Pick one out and drive it, kid. He's going. He's going. Get up.
And that should be a hit. And here is Russell Wells.
Fifth, the right fielder, Russell Wells.
And he strikes out. And here's our second chance. We are down by 3 now. 2 outs, nobody on in the top of inning number 3. And that is going to be another single. And here is Greg Bird. 2-2 count with 2 outs.
Greg Bird.
He's going. He's going.
And he's going to strike out. And here is Sean McDonald. We are now down by 2 in the bottom of inning number 4, and McDonald is leading off. And that's out number 1. And we are 2 for 2 today. We are down by 2 in the top of inning number 5. Nobody on, nobody out. And that was late. That is ball 1. The count is 1-1. A little bit high on that fastball. And the count is 2-2 after that foul. And we held up. The count is 2-2. That was a 2-seam inside. Still 2-2. And if we can foul this next one off, which we won't, the next one would have been a strike right down the middle. Instead, that is a fly out to left field. And here's Wilmer Defoe. Bottom of inning number 5.
Wilmer Defoe.
And this should be out number 3. And that ends the 5th. Here's Tommy Pham. It is tied 8 apiece with 1 out in the bottom of inning number 6. Runners on first and second. And that's a double play to end the inning. And it's the top of the 7th. We are leading off.
Betty Beaver.
Still tied at 8.
Let's get you out here. You can't find him. You patient, huh? Come you.
And that is going to at least be a hit, I think. That's going to be a home run. We're up by 1. And that is our 25th home run on the year. 407 feet, 100.8 miles per hour on exit. Barely over the wall. And here we are again. Let's drive in a run.
Betty. Beaver.
We are up by 3 with 1 out. A runner on second. That is strike 1 on a 12-6 curve.
Hey, touch up right here.
Come on, let's hold him.
And that is a foul for strike 2. There we go. RBI double. 29th double on the year. Here's Greg Bird. Up by 4, 1 out.
Greg Bird.
He's going. Swing.
There we go. That'll get us over to third. And now we have Russell Wells.
The right
He's got a 2-2 count with 2 outs.
Russell. Well.
Got Harris around. Go. D-Rock.
And he strikes out. And here's Wilmer Defoe, bottom of inning number 9, runner on first with 2 outs.
Wilmer.
And we are up by 4. And there's the last out of the game. We have 1. And we are doing some contact training with Mike Trout. And that raises our caps. And he wants 6 hits over the next 3 games. And here's our first game against the Houston Astros. And we are leading off the second inning of a scoreless game. Gonna call our 2 timeouts, get that strike up and in. And we are gonna swing right through it, a little late for strike 1. And there's ball 1, fastball inside. And that's another fastball, that one outside for ball 2. And the count is 2-2 as we swing and miss at a fastball. And that is the 5th fastball in a row, and we swing and miss. And here is Rico Juarez. Still scoreless, leading off the 3rd. And there is out number 1. And here's our second attempt for the game. Leading off the bottom of the 5th, still scoreless. And that was a foul on a knuckle curve.
Here we go, kid. Here we go.
And there's a four seam. Count as 1-1 as that was high. Count as 1-2 as we foul off a low fastball. There's a high fastball, 2-2. And we foul off another fastball. Still 2-2. And that's a grounder to the second baseman, and we are safe. He does not get it to first in time. That is the first of 6 that we need.
The first baseman, number 33, Greg Bird.
And we're gonna run back to first. That is out number 1. And here is Russell Wells. He's got an 0-1 count.
Right fielder, Russell Wells.
And we're just gonna walk into second. He's not even gonna try that. 39th stolen base on the year. And that is strike 3. And here is Miles Harper.
Now batting,
He's got an 0-1 count.
Miles Harper.
And we're going to score here. We are up by 1. And here is A.J. Reed. We're now down by 2 in the top of inning number 6.
A.J. Reed.
The runner on first and nobody out. And that's a double play. And here's Christian Vasquez.
Now batting, catcher, Christian
3-2 count. There's a runner on first with 2 outs. And this will be out number 3. And that ends the inning. And we're down by 2 with nobody out and a runner on first in the bottom of inning number 7. And that was a strike on a knuckle curve. I hate the knuckle curve. That is probably one of the worst pitches ever. That is out number 1 on a flyout, and we advance the runner to third. And it's now 3-2 as we lead off the bottom of inning number 9.
Betty Beaver.
And we were late. We were 99 miles an hour on that fastball. Wow, that's a 96 mile an hour two-seam. There's ball 1 on a slider outside. Here's the 1-2. Still 1-2 as we foul off a four-seam. count is 2-2.
Hey, like you can up there, kid.
That was a slider outside. And we swing and miss on a four-seam. And we are out. And we end up winning. And here's the second game against the Houston Astros. And Damian Huerta leads off the top of inning number 2 of a scoreless game. And there's out number 1. And it is still scoreless as we lead off the bottom of inning number 2.
Betty Beaver.
All right, come on now. One time. Let it fly.
Don't know what this pitch is going to be other than that it should be up and in, and it is. It is a foul for strike 1. That was a sinker. And we swing at a slider outside for strike 2. We strike out on a slider outside that we swing at for some reason. Here's Alex Bregman.
First baseman, Alex.
1 out, runners on first and second. It is scoreless. And we only get 1 out. And still scoreless. Bottom of inning number 4 with 1 out, nobody on.
Second baseman, Betty Beaver.
And that is going to be a long out. And now we're up by 1. Bottom of inning number 6, we're leading off.
Baseman, Betty Beaver.
And that was a slider. Should have been ball 1, but we swung at it for a strike. And we will chop that right by the pitcher and in between the second baseman and shortstop for a single. That is the second of 6 that we need.
The first baseman, number 33, Greg Bird.
We're going to run, and that puts us at third base. Runners on the corners with nobody out. And that is how the hit and run is supposed to work. And here is Russell Wells. We are on third. They have 3 outs to get me in.
Well,
And here's the 1-2 pitch. There we go. Everybody's safe. And we are in. We are now up by 3. The bottom of inning number 7, there's a runner on first and nobody out. Runner on second with nobody out and a 1-0 count. And we're going to wait for him to throw a strike before we swing. And there it is. The count is 1-1. And that is out number 1 as we ground out to the third baseman. Here's Darren Norman.
leading off for the Astros. The right
Still up by 3 as he leads off the 8th.
man.
And the first baseman will tag him out for out number 1. And we win. And here's our first game playing the league leaders, Oakland Athletics. the bottom of the second. We are leading off in a scoreless game. We are 7 games behind them right now. So we have a chance to pick up some games on the league leaders here. We fly out to center field. And here's our second shot. We're up by 3 now. 2 outs in the bottom of the third and nobody on. We foul off a changeup. It's a little bit low. And that is strike 1. There's a 2-seam high and outside for ball 1. Slider outside for ball 2. The count is 2-1. And that is not going to drop. That's a line out to center. And here's our third attempt. We are up by 2. 2 outs and a runner on first in the bottom of inning number 5. We swing and miss at a high fastball. The count is 0-1. And a low changeup, swing and a miss. Count is 0-2. We foul off a low changeup. Still 0-2. There's a high 2-seam, 2-2. And that is going to be another out, caught by the center fielder. And here is Dustin Fowler. 1 out and a runner on first in the top of inning number 6. We're still up by 2. We could use a double play here. And we don't get anything on that. We are up by 6 now in the bottom of inning number 7. Nobody out and a runner on first. Failed pickoff attempt. And here's the 0-0 pitch. And that is ball 1 on a fastball outside. And now we're not going to swing until we get a strike. And there it is. Fastball hits the bottom of the zone. And here's the 1-1. Inside for ball 2. The count is 2-1. Two and 2 as we swing and miss a fastball. And here's the 2-2 pitch. That is fouled. Still 2-2. And count is full. This is the 7th pitch. It should be down the middle. And it was. That is going to be a foul. A little bit late on that changeup. And that's going to be a pop-up to the first baseman for out number 1. And bottom of the 8th, bases loaded. We are still up by 6. That is ball one. Fastball low. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Should be 2-0, but instead it's 1-1. We foul off a even lower four seam. And we foul off a two seam. Count is now 1-2. And we swing through a changeup to strike out. And we have won. And here's our second game against the Oakland A's after winning the last one. There's 2 outs in the top of the first with runners on first and second. And there's out number 3 to end the threat. And we have a runner on first with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. And it's a scoreless game. And that's a slider that would have been called a ball had we not swung. Instead, we foul it off for strike one. There's a failed pickoff attempt. And here's the 0-1 pitch. And that was a two-seam fouled off for strike two. And the 0-2 pitch is high for a ball. The count is now 1-2. And another foul. Still 1-2. And that is a ground out to the third baseman. And here's Dustin Fowler. Runners on first and second with nobody out in the top of inning number 2. And double play. Now there's a runner on third with 2 outs. And they brought him in. We're now down by 2. There's a runner on first with 2 outs. And there is out number 3. And we're down by 4 now in the bottom of inning number 4. So nobody out and a runner on second. And that's going to be a fly out to the first baseman for out number 1. And here's our next chance. We are down by 2, runners on second and third with 2 outs. A hit through the infield could tie the game up. And instead we fly out to center for out number 3. Here's Dustin Fowler, top of the 6th, and he's leading off. It's out number 1. We're still down by 2. Bottom of the 8th with 1 out and nobody on. Still down by 2. There's a new pitcher. And we swing through that 4-seam. Contact swing for a hit. That was a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. And there's a curveball that's inside. You swing at it for strike 2. And there's another foul on a low 4-seam. And that is a hit on a contact swing. And here's Greg Bird.
The first baseman, number 33, Greg Bird.
And we stole a base. That was a strikeout. So there's now 2 outs.
The right fielder, Russell.
And it's Russell Wells. And he'll strike out too. And we've lost. And here's our final game against Oakland. There's 2 outs with the runner on first, bottom of the 1st. And it is scoreless. And that was a changeup. And we swung early.
Hey, let it fly. Let's go right here.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
And they tried to pick him off. But the runner stays put. Count is 1-1.
Here we go.
1-2 as we swing at a fastball and miss. And a failed pickoff attempt. And here's the 1-2 pitch. And we'll foul back a changeup. Let's try to swing on time for a hit.
Let her rip, let her rip.
And that's a slider inside. We swing and miss for a strikeout. And here's Gil Garcia.
Leading off for the Athletics.
We're up by 5 in the top of the 3rd, and he's leading off. And that is out number 1. And we're still leading by 5 as we lead off the bottom of inning number 3.
Betty Beaver.
It's a slider inside for ball 1. We should not have swung at that. That was low. Would have been ball 2. Instead, it is strike 1. And we foul back a 4-seam. Count is 1-2. Still 1-2 as we foul off another 4-seam. And that was a 4-seam that was up and in. And we'll foul off a changeup. This is the 7th pitch. It should be towards the middle of the plate. That is a foul ball. We could not curve it around the pole. And we swing and miss for strike 3. And here's Robert Geary.
Now batting, shortstop, Robert Geary.
Should be a double play here. We're only going to get the 1. And we're up by 3, bottom of the 5th. We're leading it off.
The second baseman, Betty Beaver.
And there's strike 1.
Let him rip right here. Let's go.
Would have been called a strike either way. And a line drive to the third baseman caught. And here's Cesar de la Cruz. It's now tied. Top of the 8th, 1 out, nobody on. And there is out number 2. And it's the bottom of the 8th, tied at 5. Nobody on, nobody out. And somehow we missed that. Let's do a contact swing for a hit.
Hey, get your pitch. Let's go.
I'm swinging up there. It says I'm swinging there. I don't know.
Yep, I got him. Take your
And we're gonna take first. Got us right in the forearm, or right in the upper arm. Here's Damon Simmons. They want us to steal second.
The first baseman, Damon Simmons.
And we got it. 41 stolen bases on the year. Simmons has a 1-2 count. And we'll score. We are up by 1. And we are up by 3 with 1 out. Top of the 9th. Runners on first and second. And a double play will end the game. We have won. And in this episode, we go 6-2. We beat Minnesota 2-1, 2 games to 1. We swept Houston in the 2-game series, and we also beat Oakland. We won that series 2 games to 1. And we have an 85-71 record. Our average is .263 with 25 home runs. 74 RBIs, a .284 on base percentage, and a slugging percentage of .442. We are tied for 28th in hits in the American League with 153, tied with Manny Machado and Lloyd Anders. And we are tied with a few people for 23rd in home runs at 25. And we are 2 stolen bases behind Dee Gordon, who is in first place. And our 85-71 record puts us 6 games behind the Oakland Athletics in the American League West, and Oakland has clinched a postseason appearance. And so far, those that have clinched postseason appearances, the Boston Red Sox have clinched the American League East, and the New York Yankees have clinched the first wild card spot. Nobody has clinched the American League Central. That will come down to either the Indians or the White Sox. The Oakland Athletics, of course, have clinched a postseason appearance. And in the American League Wild Card, we are 3 games ahead of the Chicago White Sox. And we are right now in that second spot. In the National League East, the Philadelphia Phillies have clinched a postseason appearance. Nobody has clinched in the National League Central. And nobody has clinched in the National League West. And the wild card is still up for grabs between quite a few teams. And the next episode will be a 6-game episode to end the regular season and possibly the series, but hopefully not. If we do get that wild card spot, we will be playing all of the playoff and potential World Series games in the episode after that. But we're going to have 2 games against the Texas Rangers, and then we're going to have 4 games against the league leaders, the Oakland Athletics. And that is going to end today's episode. I want to thank everybody for watching. My name is All Streamed At. Hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications.